Yaya found Reddit, and wow, you people have problems. Love, work, life, and everything in between. Don't worry. Yaya's here to help translate chaos into clarity. Let's talk about what's really going on and what you need to do next. Kukla, some hearts grow close to their parents like it's natural. Yours didn't. Yours learned to tiptoe, to brace, to hide your softness. Yaya says you cannot cling to the people who made you learn survival before love. If your heart feels distant from your parents, stop calling it failure. Call it the quiet courage it took to survive your childhood. A young man feels distant from his parents. He writes, I've always known myself to be less attached to my parents than anyone else around me seems to be. My mom has chronic back pain, and my father has Parkinson's. And obviously, I wish both of them were free of any ailment, but sometimes I feel like I only ask how they are doing to check off some type of list and make sure things are not really bad. I know I'll be devastated when I lose them, but I don't think my apathy is a form of denial because I felt this way before they had health problems. For a long time, my mom stressed me out by venting to me about everything, ruining my relationship with my dad, ruining my relationship with my dad's parents, having psychotic breakdowns and suicide attempts. My dad cheated on my mom when I was in high school and to this day shows very little remorse about it. I don't know if any of those things have to do with anything. I have zero desire to open any kind of discussion with either of them about any of it because I just don't care anymore. Not in a painful or sad way. I just have so little free time that I don't want to put my free time into matters I don't feel any type of way about. I have two young, incredible children that don't make me feel like a sociopath and that I love dearly. I do everything I can to be present for them. My mom has also forever strained her relationship with my in laws with her emotional outbursts that she refuses to take any accountability for. So holidays are stressful and no longer enjoyable to me. I used to confront my mom about this 6 or 7 years ago, but she never took any accountability and instead flipped things on me. My dad was pretty strict with me growing up. Although relatively liberal for an Asian dad, I got to study whatever I wanted in the sciences, business, or law. But he shut down all my dreams to go into acting, and that's all I wanted to do for a long time. I'm a physician now. I know my parents love me, but maybe I don't care for them as much as they deserve. It makes me feel guilty, but I don't know if I care to change. Why is it like this? Kukla, listen carefully. You didn't have a childhood, you had a job. While other kids were being tucked in, you were listening for footsteps, tone shifts, breakdowns. Your mother loved you, but she leaned on you like an equal. Her storms became your responsibility. Her pain became your homework. Her survival became your daily task. Yaya said a child who becomes the caretaker stops seeing their parents as comfort. They see them as work. From the moment your heart stopped expecting softness, it only expected duty. You ask how they're doing because you're kind, but inside a part of you learned to switch off, not because you don't care, but because love once came with consequences. When you were a child, empathy was heavy, responsibility was louder than affection. So your body learned to protect itself. Yaya says apathy is exhaustion in disguise. The nervous system shields when the heart was too young to defend itself. And your father, when he betrayed your mother, he didn't just break her heart, he fractured the foundation of yours. Children don't stop loving parents after betrayal. They stop believing in them. They stop expecting them to protect, to guide, to honor. They stop looking up. He didn't repair. He didn't apologize. He acted like nothing happened. Yaya says respect is the soil love grows in. Once it's poisoned, the connection wilts. And Kukla, you learn to close the door quietly, not in anger, but in self-preservation. You feel guilty because you think love should look bigger, should feel deeper, should be loud. The guilt is not truth. It's programming from years of caretaking. You were trained to meet their needs. So choosing yourself feels wrong. But Kukla, Yaya says you didn't stop loving them, you stopped bleeding for them. And that, my dear, is allowed. Look at the way you love your children with softness, with presence, with warmth. The tenderness you give them proves you are not cold. You are healed enough not to repeat what hurt you. Yaya says the child who grew up unprotected becomes the parent who shields everything. Your love didn't die. It just grew somewhere safe. So why does your love feel distant? Because you became the adult before you could be the child. Because chaos taught your heart to stay silent. Because betrayal taught your heart to guard itself. Because survival taught your heart to feel numb. You're not heartless. You're not broken. You're not ungrateful. You are adapted. And adaptation is what saved you. Yaya says you cannot return to a role where you were never allowed to play. You were never given the chance to be the child. So now your heart doesn't pretend. You can love them without being close. You can care without carrying. You can show up without losing yourself. Yaya says some love is loud, some love is soft, but the love you give from a safe distance is still love. And Kukla, it is enough. What would you say to this young man? Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get more What Would Yiayia Do?